Welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life in podcast. Back up on the scene, now I mean. I'm your host, Tony D.
And I'm your host, El Sabino Farina.
We're not going to do this today. Uh, senor.
Hola, mi amigo. Hermano, no haremos de campana.
Man,
Hermosa Fajina, baby. Listen, I'm in cog. Well, I'm undercover, B. And reason
Hickok
for it,
stereo.
man. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's going to be some things that said tonight. You know what I mean? With everything going on, man, you know what I'm saying? Probably want to shield your identity. You hear me? So
We good.
I can't necessarily say for all those that's clocking that I'm D to the J still in this thing like I never left. Because I'm gonna say some stuff tonight. El Salvador. Hermosa fajitas.
Man, bro, another one to do it Wednesday, man. Check it out. This Wednesday, bro, blessed. As all Wednesdays are. I'm grateful on this past Monday was
Yeah.
able to celebrate number 17, with the only boy. So it was a great accomplishment, man. And if I can just share like really brief
Yeah.
and I know
Yeah,
this
do
will
that.
resonate with you, bro, especially
Do
with the
that.
show that we were lead into. Um Continue to get up every day, putting one foot in front of the other, man, defeating the odds is no small feat. And the thing is that when we take our losses, um, they come hot and heavy, hot and ready. So when we get these few little W's, man, we gotta celebrate them. Celebrating being able that my son is not in the street and he's in school and he has a mindset of where he's trying to go.
Yeah,
Uh,
true.
as a black father growing up without a father, I'm able to be a father. You know what I'm saying? To not only him, but to three girls as well.
Mm-hmm.
As a young black man, again growing up with no mother, no father, not catching a case and being able to operate in corporate America and on a federal level as well. So, a lot of times people be like, "Oh man, you didn't have to share," or "I didn't know." Well, it's a little bit of both. I'm gonna celebrate these W's, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
there's gonna be a day where we'll get the big L,
true.
and that's it. So it may not be significant to others, whatever stereotype, whatever barrier, whatever hump, whatever mountain that each and every one of y'all out there in life plan continue to get over, mother, father, sister, brother, it doesn't matter. Celebrate them wins, man, because as you begin to celebrate those wins, as life start lifing, and you can life back in life. You feel me? This is what I've been through. I have testimonies. I have pillars of experiences that I've been through that has brought me where I am today.
Yeah.
And regardless of what you're going through at this moment, you got through that when you thought that you wouldn't. So continue to put one foot in front of the other, man, and celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate the
Yeah, true
small
that.
things because they add up to big things.
True that, man. I agree, and I know we just talking about a little this and that before we get into tonight's topic, but you definitely got to celebrate those wins, man, because the reality is, um, without highlighting them, man, you find yourself really best way to sum it up, man. It was an old gospel song, and I play around sometimes and sing it, and it mentions that my good days outweigh my bad days, so I won't complain. So the problem is we often don't acknowledge the good days. We fail to see the value in the good day, and we let the little things, something minute that somebody's done, equate to us saying like, "Man, how was your day? Oh my God." And when they tell you the reason why they had a bad day is one snippet, is one scenario, probably like a 5-minute interaction. If it's customer service based, some a customer did, but it's like that, what about everything else? So people said LeVar Ball was crazy years ago, man. You know, he was always talking something. But the one thing that really came true that I laugh at, but I'm always mindful of, my man said, never lost. You know what I'm saying? Never lost. In his mind, this man said he could beat MJ one-on-one. And we could say he crazy, but willpower is something different. That's the concept of the whole book, Think and Grow Rich. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, I definitely agree with that, man. I'm not gonna take too much long, man. Tonight's topic, relationship hostage. Yeah. So, lifers, relationship hostage, before we get into it, because when we come back from break, this is what it is. You ever known somebody that's been divorced for years, but they will not give up that married last name? Or someone will separate from their spouse, move on, but won't get a divorce. We even see those that's going to use their children as a weapon when, let's say, the other person no longer wants them, and so on and so much more. So, bro, relationship hostage is about to go down. It's 8:06. My boy Hermosa Fajita says you definitely need to run those disclosures so we don't get in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself.
What's up, y'all? It's Big Joe Slicing here, man. And if y'all not on Life Be Life every Wednesday, man, what is you doing? I'm going to be tapping in, so make sure y'all tap in. Let's go.
It's Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Life Be Life. Oh, Life Be Life podcast you listen to? Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. The Life Be Life podcast is going on. And if you not tuned in, then what are you doing?
Life Be Life podcast.
8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Do you suffer from a big head? 4, 5, 6, 7 head, 4 head, meathead? Well, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Life Be Life podcast. We have that prescription, that Vivo Lighting for everybody who's got forehead.
Back up on the scene, nah, I mean.
Yeah, I had to hold my head high. I had to let go my pride. I had some worries and some fears, but then I left it to God. Cause honestly, I feel it coming and I know it's my time. The ones that got all this, the ones that ain't got a pot. Imagine throwing a fit when you can be out that spot. You boys still touching on that stove and mama said it was hot. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them. Mama, why they keep doubting me? Yeah, why they won't say they proud of me? Put blood, sweat, tears, my time to see. I'm on where all that honesty. Been feeling like Schmurd. Boys of the trenches, man, lady trying to get back to poverty. Gotta lift up the kids and send them to school. The trenches can't keep raising prodigy. That's what the knowledge be. Coming together, we gotta do good for the kids. Losing our nieces and nephews to nieces and nephews. Bernie Hurd trying to make it us men. Put down the guns and pick up some gloves and knuckle up, wobble like men. Tired of these fake thugs and fake drugs only doing it for a trend. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them.
We back up in this joint. What up, boy?
Hey, man, K the Kid, shout out to it, man. That really just make you want to throw a 40-ounce bottle smooth up in the air and just yell at the top of your lungs. Like, it's just something about that song, boy. Like, man, I love it. Um, Lifers, we back. Relationship hostage, tonight's topic. So, for those of you who do not know what relationship hostage is, it refers to a situation where one partner feels trapped or emotionally manipulated in the relationship, often by the other partner's use of control, guilt, or threats. It can occur when one person is using power or leverage to keep the other person in relationships, even if it's unhealthy or unfulfilling. And this concept we see often involves emotional manipulation, bro, where one partner might use various tactics to make the other feel like they have no choice but to stay. So, in the overview of everything, bro, we talked about a few various ways. And this is where I want to start. I want to start, bro, because we all know these type of people, man. We've some of them have even been us. You know what I'm saying? You people that's dated forever, and the day they've been together 15, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? 15, 20 some odd years, never married. You know she wants to be a wife, or the woman who chooses not to advance the relationship, you know he wants to be a husband and have a traditional family, vice versa, however it needs to apply. But you don't want to be the one to fulfill that need. And so you're holding them hostage in a relationship. You know they value, you don't want to accept it, but you won't let nobody else hold on to it and behold that beauty. Bro, let's start right there. I want to get your thoughts and ideas on ladies and gentlemen that are in a relationship for dumb periods of time, but don't want to sit down and go forward in the relationship and actually commit to engagement that's going to lead to, you know what I'm saying, that marital. What you feeling?
Man, where do
You
we
hot?
start,
It got
bro? Had to let some
hot? All right.
steam out the collar real quick,
Yeah.
bro.
Let's go.
Um, I think that through the through the years, like that foundation of marriage has been eroded like viciously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because again, you know what I'm saying, with tail eye vision, programming, I believe that everything that happens, it happens either on TV or in a movie. So therefore, we're desensitized. So when it actually happens, it's kind of like, oh, okay,
You don't
your
feel it.
your body, your brain is already like, I've seen this before. I'm not
Yeah.
going to have a knee jerk reaction to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that being said, the values of marriage have been, quietly tucked away to where it's like we used to worry about our image. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, even when cats was, you know what I'm saying, sleeping around with their wives, most of them did it discreetly. Nowadays, it's like women have side dudes, dude have
Yeah.
side chicks, each other got each other, and nobody cares about what their image is and what they are promoting and what they are projecting. Hey,
Yeah.
as great example is like if me and you are real, real close friends, and my family knows your family, like which we are, you are brothers. But let's just say one day you came to my house because you say I always blame you, so I'm gonna put myself in the storefront today. So let's just say you came to my house and I'm doing something really wild,
Yeah.
and you like, dang, that's a trip. But this is my brother. I know this dude. So kind of in a sense, if he's engaging in it, possibly it's okay. Let me look into it. Versus had you never saw me do it, you probably wouldn't entertain the thought. So now,
Mm-hmm.
saying that to say, people that we work with, managers, politicians, all types of people are shacking and living with people. And because now it's now become the new status quo. Most men, well, I don't want to give her half of my stuff. The women, I don't need no man to lead me. So everything in the whole man has been separated. So it's kind of like when that couple does get together, based on their values, based on how they were raised, based what they've been through, because that was a very big aspect of that as well. They've healed. They've been able to move on. But a lot of people comfort level is like, I'm happy where we are. Why do we
Mm-hmm.
need to change it?
Yeah, and and there's a lot of that. I definitely agree with in agreement with. My thing is this though. What did you get into it for? And I don't care what the scenario is. I think people get into things and they forget what they did it for. You know what I'm saying? Some people on the block, they hustling, and the concept they got into it was to get mama out the hood. Well, guess what? It's 10 years later, you still slinging. I don't think mama getting out the hood is really the agenda no more. You love this lifestyle. You got with this chick or you got with this dude because you said you wanted, you know what I'm saying, to build something, you wanted to go further. But 6-7 years later, you know what I'm saying? Here we are. This is the reality, bro. If you can, man, I got a chart. I want you to cue that up for me real quick. So this is the reality. As y'all can see, man, the chart says how long do Americans date before getting engaged? And why this is relevant, because right now it's some dude that is in love with his chick, and this ring been on layaway for 5 years, and it's not his hold up. It's because she's steady pushing something off to make it seem like we got to do this and this first, this and this first, this and this first. Or she wants the situation and, well, our money, and he's not doing the things. But this is the reality. If you notice, 6 months, people dating less than 6 months, up to 6 months, 8% convert to engagements. You see the year, you see the 2-year mark. Okay. What do you start to notice just by looking at this chart? And so the longer, the longer it appears that you seem to date, the longer you date, the less likely it converts to relationships that are going to be engagement or marriage. And I understand, and it's crazy. We seen this when reality TV show first came about, and there's a famous couple, you know what I'm saying, and she pressed him for mad years to marry her, and he wouldn't do it. And then after 15, 20 years, he wanted to spin the block, and then she's like, nah. And some of that, you know what I'm saying, is pride, and some is humiliation and embarrassment, and now I'm on top. But the reality is just that chart that we shown. The longer that you go in this thing, bro, the less likely that you are to get married. And the crazier thing about it, it varies for every single state. The national average, got just some quick little numbers for y'all before we pump on. The national average is 30.3 months. So in the United States, the average person is pulling up and dating for about 2.5 years before they recognize, hey, I'm finna pop the question. Or, and mind you, in today's society, even though I propose to mine, some women propose to they dudes. So however this fits your narrative, but at the end of the day, 30.3 months. Some of the states, if y'all out here and you really trying to get married, you don't want to be in these states. The state of Ohio, bro. Oh, if you living in the state of Ohio, they're averaging 4 years, 47.5 months of dating beforehand. And you know what? And that's cool. And what I should have done, I should have really dug into what the divorce ratio is like. Maine, you dating right at 4 years. Oklahoma, you dating 4 years. Now on the flip side, ladies, if you tired of getting your hair fried down laid to the side area of the weekend and you want for somebody to scoop you up, not now, but right now, these are the states you need to hit up. The beautiful, beautiful state of Indiana, where you will date for 14.8 months and somebody's going to say, would you be mine? You hear me? The state of Missouri, 18.7 months. And then Washington, the state of Washington, 15.3. Bro, you know what I found ironic out of all of those things? So those 3 states are the national lowest average states to date and get engaged and married. But you know what's really, really crazy? All 3 of those states, I lived in them. From Indiana, we in STL. So look, so the bottom line with that,
before you move on,
They get it.
the divorce rate in Ohio is 2.4%, or it says 2.4 divorces per 1,000 people.
Okay. So it seems like that's kind of a good thing. And per the chart, realistically, the chart is saying that around the 2-year mark, that's when most people are going to actually begin to advance that relationship. 16 to 12% mark. So Ohio is defeating the odds. But I say all that to say this: the reality is this: a lot of us are out here, man, and we are in these particular relationships 6, 7, 8, 9 years. It's people that have kids 16, 17 years of age, that their parents have been together years before that, but they're still operating technically under, boyfriend and girlfriend, and now it's the common law. And it's almost like, I feel like to a certain extent, maybe, and again, it's different for everybody. Some people don't want marriage, and that's cool. But I do believe that it's many that have turned and said, you know what, for the sake of embarrassment and pride, I'm gonna say what I don't want because it's evident that's what I'm not going to get. Yeah. So moving on, bro. So as we talk about those people that are married or looking to get married, after dating all them years, boom, they get engaged, they get married. We see there's a fallout rate, this, that, or the third. You get divorced. Bro, relationship hostage. I want to talk about, let's say, women that get divorced, don't want to come up off that last name. You don't want to come off that last name. What's now, I got statistics with me. I got my partner with me. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear your thoughts, bro. And we making light of this, but there are some very solid reasons behind it. I dig that. But just on the hum, man, like, what's your thoughts behind if it don't work out, y'all go y'all separate ways? How you feeling if she trying to keep your last name? Like, what's your thoughts?
Hey, we ain't got no kids. Yeah, change that joker. I mean, why even keep that connection alive? You know what I'm saying? Because apparently, if we are apart, somebody didn't want to be in it no more, whether it was you or whether it was I. And if that's the
Yeah.
case, bygones be bygones. Move on. The only reason, well, I can think is that right before y'all got divorced, she put out a policy and she just waited. So,
Hey,
but
it's
for real,
it has happened. I know
oh
I know
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
I know people
Yeah,
laying low just
overall,
waiting to collect. Yeah.
yeah. But overall, man, and I know you get ready to dive into it, so I hope I'm not, what I'm saying, stealing
Nah,
any of
come
your
on.
thunder. But I know a lot of it
I don't even
is
like the
sometimes
Thunder, man. I was rooting for the Pacers. You know that.
a lot of people
Naptown
say
Pacers.
it was too much. I got to go to the Social Security office. I got to get my driver's license changed. I got to do all
Yeah.
of this at work after I went out and got it all changed. Do it. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, if and somebody that moved on, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times in divorces, I see a couple of things, and I'll admit, I was part of it as well. So separated that final time, knew the divorce was imminent. Hey, I didn't move on. Somebody didn't move on. So if that's the case, right? You exactly, boom, exactly. Somebody didn't move on. And then if I've let you know that I've moved on, like, do your thing. I take here you go. Yeah, Hefe. Come on, man. But I really feel like that it's kind of like when you put somebody out of your apartment, you give them all their stuff, you
Yeah.
block them on your
Yeah.
phone, block them on social media. Why do you want to hang on to this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I feel
So
about it. Get rid
yeah.
of it. You got rid of me. Get rid of the name.
Yeah. And so that's kind of where I'm going with this relationship hostage. Because while there are very, very specific reasons that make sense. So some of the reasons why people, I ain't gonna say people, but some of the reasons why women are going to keep that man's last name even after divorce. Professional identity. I get it. You know what I'm saying? A woman's last name can be tied to her career. Just as much as I agree with that, I'm a disagree because who were you before we got married? So did I put you did I put you on? You know what I'm saying? Did I put you on? You know what I'm saying? Was the J that I brought with the D that dope that you just had to. So I get it for professional reasons, but who were you or who are you without me, and why you can't resume that? Another reason, they say the simplicity, just the logistics, what makes sense. Like you mentioned, got to go change this. I got to go to the Social Security office. But this is my thing. We did it, and you didn't have no problem when it was love, when it was all good. So, and this is, to me, that part of the relationship hostage is very similar to the concept of a 50-50. And when we talk about a 50-50, bro, we saying if you bringing 50% to the table and I'm bringing 50, we coming up short. I got to give my all, and you got to give your all, with the understanding that if you're not feeling your best, you know what I'm saying? Little baby upstairs, she not feeling her best. Guess what? I had to go to work today, like always. I came home. I helped Shorty. I'm gonna take care of them. I'm gonna make sure I cook. Do da. Let me make sure you good. You feel better. That's me having to give more because she can't. But what about days that I'm unable? I got to do this, or we're speaking to the lifers. Who's holding it down now? So sometimes I feel like those that don't want to do that extra step, maybe you got in that situation because you wasn't really doing your full duties to contribute to that relationship from jump. Some of the other quick reasons before we move on, like I said, the professional versus the personal. While the marital aspect of that name may have ended, they feel like that professional name, it can remain. We know those things should not be. Other parts of that the marital thing, man, that we kind of talking about, the financial dependency. That's going to be a part of it. That's going to deal with relationship hostage, the fear of rejection, and also isolation. Sometimes that partner, they might make the other one feel like they have nowhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? Who else is going to want you but me? You know, don't nobody want you with them 5 kids, them 5 little chocolate egghead kids eating up everything. Don't nobody, well, their own daddy didn't want them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to get ugly, right? So, in as much humor as we can make out of it, and it is, and my bad, I play. Man, I had a long day. You know what I'm saying? But those scenarios, realistically, they happening. And now you have a woman, or in certain situations, a man, because they getting, certain households, they getting beat up too. My daddy would never let the finances get like this. You know what I'm saying? You should be ashamed of yourself working, I don't know, flipping burgers instead of commending somebody that they have a legal job they clocking into, busting their tail, doing what's right. Sometimes they could put down because their job is not a respectable job. We've heard it with celebrities, social media celebrities, where they said even like sanitation workers, things of that, so on and so forth. So,
yep,
bro, let's take a quick pause for the calls, man, if you don't mind. And we're going to come back and jump into it once again. And as we pick up this time, Pimpin', I want to talk about relationships that are on hostage because they truthfully indeed, they on life support. These relationships is beeping slow-mo. You know what I'm saying? They on life support. And instead of the plug being pulled and you putting the pillow over somebody's face, tell them good night, you're going to hold on to the scenario, man, and you're going to make things 1,000 times worse. And I'm going to dig into it a little bit later, and I know you're going to do the same thing. So that being the case, you know what to do.
Have you ever been in a situation and needed to be a little bit of emotional but just couldn't seem to tap in? Possibly needed to back your way out of a lie? and show them that you're telling the truth by crying? Well, have no fears. Cry No More is here, made from real baby tears. The organic, all-natural substance you'll take once a day, and it'll produce tears on the spot. It'll get those tear ducts flowing. May cause side effects including internal bleeding, diarrhea, hemorrhaging of the belly button, eyelash removal, hair removal, back fat removal, toes falling off, and also bad breath. Cry no more. Real organic tears. Never be stranded again.
Yo, what up, lifers? It's your boy Tony D. You know, from the Life Be Life podcast. Get ready to prep for the show. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, the party begins. Do you have clean and original music? There go the email. Shoot it in to us. Do you have a story that you want to tell or you want to hear us dissect? Go ahead, send that joker in. Birthday shout-outs, anniversary shout-outs. How many times I got to tell you? Send it in. We invite you to come get your finger sticky tonight with the best duo since Wings and Ranch. All you gotta do is pull up. We go bring the napkins under conversation. By the way, no toilets are being used or harmed in the recording of this video. Catch us 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah. Smooth on any groove, making the dead body move. Shout out to any the business. I see in the building, intellectual criminals is still a G thing. Listen, so before we went to break, Brody, we talked about relationships on life support. What did Avant say on that song? When we was together, we never turned our backs on one another. But now we separated.
Hold on. Alexa, play Separate.
Hit it.
Alexa, stop. Hold on, we'll give it one more try. Alexa, play Separate by Avant.
We're separated by Avant.
There we go.
Amazon Music.
This is
Alexa, stop. You know we're gonna play so much so we don't get flagged.
Man, you hear me. But look, the reality is though, my dude really hit the nail on the head. Everything seemed to be love. Like I said, when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. Yeah. So I can say this, bro, because I was a part of this scenario. So let's just go on and kick things off, Pimpin'. I want to talk about men and women that are in a serious relationship. They move on, but they have not ended before they began anew. Whether it's your baby mama, baby daddy, and they don't know, you know what I'm saying, that you finna run this play action.
That's your liberty.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that you just ran the jet sweep. Everybody in the camera is looking this way.
Oh, wow, the Wildcat.
But you went this way. So,
man,
in particular, even scenarios, man, where some of us men, to be 1,000%, man, we still married, man. We in a whole nother crib. We starting a whole nother life. We taking care of other folks' kids. We having new kids. We acting like everything is sweet. But lo and behold, we still got dishes in somebody else's sink. You know what I'm saying? Drop jewels, man. I want to hear what your thoughts about that. Before I give my Crawford, aka
I ain't never scared to talk about it because, again, I was part of that.
There we go.
Me and the ex-wife separated. I actually signed the divorce papers. Moved on. You know what I'm saying? Year later, you know what I'm saying? She doubles back, like you say, Wildcat, and was like, "We still married." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah,
like, that was a whole year ago, almost to the date.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is a couple of things that go along with it. Closure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people avoid closure in a relationship. It's just like, all right, I've moved on, you move on, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? When we get the papers, we get the papers, and we're gonna call it a day. Um, it's crazy, man, because I feel like that tradition of fathers going from home to home and leaving broken homes, leaving broken relationships. That was passed down, as we know, the origins are from slavery. You know, where they would take the biggest, strongest from plantation to plantation.
Yep.
Even the Temptations talked about it, so it ain't that new. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
I feel like that when a situation like that comes up, it could be self, because a lot of times the things that we've went through, especially coming out of a marriage, man, uh, even though we may be in a new house, new bed, you know what I'm saying, new situationals, there's a part of
Mm-hmm.
there's a part of you that looks back and was like, how did I go wrong? What did I do? I don't care how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
It could have ended in violence. You're gonna look back and be like, man, how did I allow this, you know what I'm saying, to go wrong? Some of it, like I said, that being afraid of closure, because closure means you're going to confront that person. Sometimes people think, oh, you know, I'm with you because old girl, you know what I'm saying, she did X, Y, Z, but you're not. It was A, B, C.
I'm only staying here. I'm only staying there because you know my little situation and stuff. But you know, soon as I get on my feet, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Soon as I get my ride fixed, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah. It be something, man. So
Yeah.
we have to learn to give that closure on both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it
Mm-hmm.
didn't work. Uh, as you move on to your new relationship, I don't want you to feel hostage from anything that we went through. You know what I'm saying? Move on. And I know it's easier said than done. Another thing that I feel like happens is that some people move on very quick to avoid the emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm busy doing something else, who has time to think about this? Unless this crashes and burns too. So it's a lot of reasons, man. But I feel like the adult thing to do from two parties that are split, regardless of, you know what I'm saying, you want to divorce me, I want to divorce you, or if it's
Mm-hmm.
amicable, is to set each other free
Yeah.
in that matter.
Yeah. Uh, One thing you said, man, was it was closure. I'm I'm gonna be 1,000% sure this is word to my brother Noel. Him going to hear me, no? All I'm gonna say is, man, F that. Bump closure. If you want closure, watch this door slam behind me. The closure is it's over. We don't gotta talk about the talk about. I don't gotta spin the block. I don't want to spin the block. A rap is a rap. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what to give you. And I can stand on that because for me, I don't make hasty decisions. You understand? I don't. I'm not a. Even in a split moment, for some people, what appears to be a spontaneous decision, I have ran through every pro and con rapidly. So when I make a decision, I can stand on it because I've weighed everything and I've went off of past. I've went off of what I project. I've went off of historical things that I've seen from other people, mine, theirs. Hey man, so I don't know what to tell you. So for me, I will honestly say this though. Men, if you out there listening, because I'm gonna speak on our behalf, you know when your joints on life support. You know when that relationship just ain't no more. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And so it's cool. That if that's what it is, be upfront and say that, and it just is let the chips fall how they may. Um, because what you'll end up having happen is the next form and probably what we see the most tangible evidence of is the relationship hostage, where it's not necessarily the man, the woman, the woman, the man, but there's now pieces on the chessboard of relationships is being used, bro. They being used like pawns. And so now I want to, and you know what? Just for the sake of things, because I feel like I got a joke off earlier on you know what I'm saying. I ain't even gonna repeat it. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with the dudes, man. Bro, I want to talk about the men who feel like, since I'm not with her no more, bump her and them kids. Why was your relationship with your kids hanging on the relationship with her? The ball's in the air, my boy. Kick off. Run that thing back. What's happening?
What DJ Clue said. Let me clear my throat. So first of all, man, petty begats petty. Let's call a spade a spade. Depending on what happened, and if it was some petty stuff that went down, I could be petty back. You know what I'm saying? But what we
Petty
don't think
Kruger.
about
They
that
know my
that
they
part.
know my handle. Petty Kruger.
So what I feel like is that I'm gone. I'm out the house. I'm out the house for a reason, or either I'm out the house for a season. Either way, I'm gone. As we're free from the relationship, it also gives some type of moral sense that we're free from the kids too, as well, because it's almost like they came as a package, whether they're your kids or not. I'll double back in a hot second. I'll double back
Yeah,
in a hot second.
yeah, true that.
So what we don't realize is that as we able to slide out and slide in and slide through, the mama is still home, still
Yeah,
gotta carry on
everything.
with the
Yeah,
kid. Now this is a mature me talking.
true.
Okay, this is a now me talking. In my 20s, hey, I'm out. Hey, if she dies, she dies. You know, she survive how she gonna survive. I'm out the picture. I don't care. Now, fortunately, I got wiser and did what I
Not
needed to
just.
do
I'm just.
as
I'm
a
just
father.
mad. I'm just mad that
But
you had a mindset like Drago.
man, because okay, so
What the
again,
girl said? If she dies, she dies. Like word, man. Like that's how
it's
you was feeling as a younger man.
bro, it was no longer my concern. So now, again, as we talked about mentalities, you also
Yeah,
got to remember what my mentality was like. I had abandonment issues. So, hey, I'm about to cut this short and cut you before you even think about doing it to me, which somehow made it easier for me to move on. But was that necessarily the right thing to do? May not have been. But once I didn't care no more, I didn't care no more.
yeah,
I'm removed from the situation. Mature wise, now that we see the product of a lot of stuff that we're talking about right now, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. True.
And these kids either growing up without their own father or
Hmm.
growing up without a father figure that can teach them, male and female, life things, life skills. So now we got this group of young people, group of young adults right now that's running around, no direction, no aim, no ambition, because there was not a I'm not saying women can't be the authority figure, but I'm sorry, I'm not saying women can't be a authority figure, but the authority figure was not in the home. And y'all know what
Yeah,
I'm saying, the
yeah,
order,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
But I really feel like that when we look back and we look at all that, man, it was more damage than good. Sooner or later, those kids grow up. I've seen it with my own eyes, not with mine. I
Yeah,
appreciate God for that. But I've seen it to where kids are now grown. And it's like, shoot, I made it through grade school, middle school, high school, pretty much without your presence. I'm grown. What do I need for you now? what I need with you now. You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult. So we really didn't think about those things. Like
Yeah,
hindsight is 2020.
yeah, and even the last thing that you said, and I know a lot of people will know this scene, but I think about the Fresh Prince scene when Will's dad had popped up out of nowhere and was trying to play the role in it's summertime and he supposed to, you know what I'm saying, slide off and I'm gonna pick you up tomorrow and you don't show it. And the powerful, I got through 14, 15 great birthdays without him. And, I did pretty good. I think about that. Being a product of, or I should say a conductor of that scenario to where there are kids in a home, you're not in that home, you've jumped into another home to create one, and you continue to add to your legacy. For me, I took a lot of the things that I seen TV show wise, the Fresh Princes, the Cosbys, the different worlds, all these different, the Full Houses and Family Matters, all these particular shows where you had real life issues. And so when I went through this scenario, as difficult as it was, and I'm not going to say I didn't make a gang of mistakes, but the one thing that I maintained was that relationship with them. And it wasn't always easy. And a lot of the ease was complicated by how I went through things, which I will talk about on the soapbox here in about the next 12 minutes. But we have to be mindful, bro, that those children, they're still going to continue whether we are present or we're not. The difference is that the lack of our presence is going to decide what type of individuals they very likely can become. And that's not to even say without our presence that they won't be outstanding individuals, right? But I'm here to present that I believe their projection of who they can be is not going to be as great. It's almost like the capacity of a volume. You know what I'm saying? You can have a real basic phone and have that volume all the way up. And you say, oh, hey, he's doing the best. Hey, they're doing great. And the volume's on 100%. True that. But when I compare that volume to a totally different system where somebody has invested into it and they've got a lot of additional features and they've got additional software and they've learned and they picked up more along the way, I would very much say that there would have a larger volume because the capacity is increased. So the chance for its 100 in turn becomes greater, right? So boom, flip that. Women that use their kid like a pawn. We just talked about the men that don't want to take care of the kid when that relationship ain't cracking and it's over. But luckily, I've never been in that situation, but I've seen it many a times. I've had to mentor and speak to other dudes that's going through it. When you have a baby mama, ex-wife, whatever that scenario looks like, ex-girlfriend, and you have kids, and because you don't want to be with them, now I don't want to be with you, so I can't see my child or my children. Or God forbid if it's a situation to where, and you started to touch on it, but we probably gonna have to spin the block on another note. But even when it's not your biological. And so the responsibility, you're trying to continue to take it on, but that biological parent has to be willing to allow it at this particular point. So women that play the child like a pawn, you don't want me, this is what I'm going to do to hurt you back. Because you hurt me, I'm going to use them to hurt you back. Not realizing that you're changing how they're viewing you. And right now, it looks like, you got to looking like the daddy is the deadbeat. He's this and that. And a lot of times that very well could be the case. But for situations where that dad is trying, they don't know he's reaching out. You know what I'm saying? He's this, he's that, he's the third, but the mom is shutting it down. I know them are your same thoughts, but chime in from the other perspective, bro. When the woman ain't doing what she need to do, and daddy can't daddy, what's that like?
It's a combustible situation, man, because then it's almost like we already talked about that in relationship. We supposed to be 100.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of that 50-50 and makes the relationship double-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're in a committed relationship to where either I'm living in the house with you and your kids, you know what I'm saying? And you're
Mm-hmm.
allowing me to live in a house with you and your kids, that's a commitment. I'm gonna be around every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in the kitchen, in the refrigerator, eating Jello cups and all that. So if you
Mm-hmm.
trust me to the fact to where I'm around your kids 24/7, pretty much. I'm picking them up from school, you know, whether it's different events or whatnot. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta have that trust in me now because you see something in me as a man that you're attracted to. So now you need
Mm-hmm.
to allow me to be that man. Um, because it's also, well, you can do this, but you can't do that when it comes to, if someone needs a whooping or
Yeah.
something along those.
You got restraints. Yeah.
Yeah, you got restraints. And again, I feel like that if you trust me enough to lay in your bed and lay with you 24/7, then you've already pretty much judged my character and judged who I am. I feel
Mm.
like if I am developing, so there's two sides to that coin, man. So let's keep it a buck. You can't just say
Mm-hmm.
I'm the man, it's my house, it's my rules, or I'm the man of the house, do this, and this, and you're not cultivating a relationship with those kids. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They're not calling you anything other but, my mama boyfriend. My mama
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. So when you start to
Mr.
cultivate that
Charles.
relationship, yeah, you
Mr.
know what I'm saying,
Charles.
Mr. Charles. But when you
Mr.
start
Charles, can I ask you
cultivating that
that? Yeah.
relationship, when you start cultivating it, it's like the kids start to attach and they start to look up to. So now it's okay. Now I'm able to guide you. So now if I'm able to guide you, we have a relationship, you trust me and I trust you. If a disciplinary situation comes up, you may be with me out, we may be in an outing. I can't wait till you get home to correct you.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be on-site correction again after that relationship is built. So just because
Mm-hmm.
you're a man and you sleep in another woman's house and you and in there eating up her kids blue visa stuff,
Capri
it doesn't
Suns,
automatically make you, yeah,
Lunchables.
yeah, all that,
Yeah.
and they fired too. But
Yeah, I
that
ain't gonna
doesn't
care.
automatically give you authority over those kids. As
Yeah.
a man, you gotta build that, man. As a woman, when you see that taking place, he's gonna run to the store. Oh, I want to go to the store. Can I go? Yeah, because now that kid is trying to attach themselves as well. Like, okay, he didn't show me a little love. Let me
Yeah.
see how far this love goes. So sometimes as a woman, you got to take your hands off as well. Not saying that you got to turn the blind eye or turn your back, but if you plan on being with this person and this relationship is going to have some type of longevity, because we all know outside of money and extracurricular activities with other people, kids is a very, very big factor in breakups.
Yeah, them bars. Um, man, they'll forgive you, man, but they'll never forget.
Yeah.
Always be mindful what you do. So something you said that I was just like, you can lay in the bed with Shorty, you know what I'm saying? And what I thought was like, you will trust somebody to lay in the bed with you and give you a new kid, but you won't trust them to take care of your old ones. That's crazy. You'll trust me to shoot the gift through. You know what I'm saying? I could shoot the gift, but nah, don't touch the rest of the rappers. That is absolute insanity. It's 8:54, bro. I'm gonna transition this thing to this soapbox, man, and kick this thing off because I
Go.
know people, man, you know what I'm saying? We looking to get these hats off. They out there, they got the wigs on, the toupees is itching. We finna take these things off and go in the crib. So look, relationship hostage, man, in a nutshell, some things that y'all really, really need to take heed to. Ways that you know that you're dealing with that, man, is if the narrative is promises of changing. You know what I'm saying? Every time you present the same scenario, man, we've been talking about the same thing for 2-3 years. I told you this from jump when we first started dating. This is what I need. This is what I need from my partner. You acknowledged it. You said no problem. But why are we still talking about the same thing? You trying to go out kicking in club? Not so. Promises of change. The manipulative partner may promise to change or improve, but only when the other person stays in the relationship. Keeping the hope alive that things will improve, but never actually making the efforts to do so. I'm stringing you along. I know you want to be a wife. I have no desire to make you that, but I do recognize your value, so I'm gonna hold on and I'm gonna hang on just so I can swat everybody else. She take it, but she's really not because I'm not willing to do what she's looking for me to do. Verbal or physical abuse, I ain't got to go into that. We already know what that's looking like. The financial dependency, and we talked about this previously in other episodes, and I've even spoken to celebrities, ex-wives. I won't mention that name because we ain't got that clearance. But one of the things that she spoke to was the financial dependency. Because so much had been done for her by this celebrity, everything was in their name, right? So how can I pick up and move on when I have no check stubs? I have no address. There's medication that's needed for the kids, but I can't get a new prescription because they got to fulfill it, but I don't have an address. I'm on the move. I got to get out now. Bro, do you know how hard it is to try to up and move your stuff out of the crib in the middle of the night? Like we see on these movies when there's a small space in time. But let's say your kid got asthma. You know what I'm saying? You can only grab so much. And if your life is on the line, I don't think people is grabbing the blood pressure medication, the water pills. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got time for this. So that financial dependency a lot of times keeps people hostage in a situation because what can I do? The fear of rejection and isolation. That is another one of the biggest things that I see today. You almost got to recognize who you are and love you for you. And this is why I say you legit gotta look yourself in the mirror. It is 8:57 p.m. and I promise to God, everybody that is under my voice that has heard us tonight, bro, I can promise you that at some point today they told multiple people, might have been the same person multiple times, but they've said I love you to somebody else multiple times. 99% of people I would say viewing this and listen to this. However, I would also bet that them same 99 folks have yet to tell themselves, D to the J, you dope like that. You dope. I love you. Ain't nobody like you. You know what I'm saying? You won't tell yourself that. And so because you don't have love for self, you don't feel like nobody else can really love you. So here is this person that is giving you a false sense of love, might only be that 50, 60, 70%. But in your mind, 50, 60, 70% is better than zero.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so financial dependency, the fear of rejection and isolation, promises of people changing, verbal or physical abuse, people that have you hopeless in despair in a relationship. So D to the J, I'm signing off, bro. I'm gonna toss that thing back, let you handle what you do. We could, like I said, this is the topic, man. We could really continue to chop it down, but I really hope the people got the gist of it. Take us to the bridge, man. How you feeling?
So, man, I really feel like a big aspect of relationship hostages is emotional.
True.
Um, you kind of spoke to it earlier, to where it's like, I'm around, I ain't trying to marry her. You know what I'm saying? She not available. Well, yes, she is, because if her desire is to be married and you just string her along, hey, she available, player. I don't know what to tell you. The right person come around with the right thing, she gonna slide about that joint. You know what I'm saying? We have
Right place,
another
right time,
version.
right line. She can get a lifetime contract.
That part. So, fellas, we have to realize that when we got a good woman, and we know she's a good woman, and to everybody that may look different,
True.
but do right, especially if you know what she wants and you're refusing to do it because she loves you. I I want to say that women love very, very hard because they love internal. As men, we love in visual. You know what I'm saying? First, and when a woman loves you, we've seen it, man. She go through hell with gasoline draws on for you, but it's going to come to a point. Everybody has their breaking point.
Some of them need to.
That point, and
Some of
you
them need
said,
to. Some of them need to go through hell with gasoline draws on.
that part.
And
But
if you come out alive, then we'll spin it back.
we'll rap about it. But
Yeah.
do right by her, man.
Yeah.
Especially if she's had kids by you, more especially.
Mm-hmm.
Again, mature me talking because a lot of times what's appeasing to the eye ain't appeasing to the soul. We get
Mm-hmm.
into situational ships and we make them a lifetime contract. We got to understand that protection was made for a reason. You
Mm-hmm.
can't, well, this is what I would like to do, and the gun go bang, and boom goes dynamite, and next thing you know, you got
Yeah.
passport. But
Man. Hey, man, telling you man. I've never had the experience it, bro, and I don't mean to intercept and cut you off, but hey, man, you don't want that phone call. There's a few phone calls you don't want. You don't want to get that phone call that says they not here. You don't want to get that phone call that says I got that package, and you don't want to get that phone call that says I'm like
I got a gift.
you hear me? We need to talk.
Yeah, we need to wrap. But lastly, man,
Yeah.
realize for yourself who you are, what you want, compare it to who you're with. If that person they don't have to share your dreams and goals, but they need to have dreams and goals of their own. And if they don't, and you know that you're an ambitious person, love, well, what they say, well, love got to do with it at the end of the day. So treat people like you want to be treated. Do right by people like you want to be done. And we gonna catch you next time, man. Because you got anything else to say? Because I'm
No, man, we can
top of
wrap
the
this
jet.
thing. Like I said, just straight up, man, folks, just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest. We got to have the tough conversations because our life is tied up in it. My feelings and my emotions is important too. And so in the midst of me being mindful and trying to consider somebody else's, I also have to be mindful and considerate of my own. And then also surrounding people. And I'm saying this, the surrounding people are kids if they're involved, whether they're yours or they're not, because I can promise you, as we talked about being petty, and everybody knows my handle is Petty Kruger, and I'm probably one of the most pettiest people that you'll come across if it ever gets funky. And when I pop that grenade and toss my arm, it is what it is. That's a young me. An older me understands that the impact has an impact zone.
Yeah.
And there's casualties of this war. And there's folks that's going to get hurt and caught up in it that never should. So a wiser me says, hey, be mindful. You can throw whatever relationship grenade you want and end it. But just know folks is going to get hit and everybody ain't going to recover.
Yes, sir. And on that note, y'all, because life is going to keep on lifing, and we're going to be here to talk about it. I'm your host, Tony D.
I'm your host, D to the J. Still in the building like I ain't never left. You know what it is, and it's still a G thing, bro, and it feels so good.
Something like a movie, right? Yeah, I know everybody don't want to talk about it, but look, we're going to talk about it. One thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about it. Keep it topic. Ain't scared to do it.